Hello crafty peeps, I'm just back from a few days away, so I've got some catching up to do in my journal, so I'm going to be doing that in a minute. Before I do though, I just wanted to share with you my birthday prezzies. I had a birthday while we were away and these were on my wish list. More junk journals, I can't get enough of these. Obsessed, I think, is the word we use these days, because what's not to like? So many beautiful images, stickers, cutouts. Yeah, enough to keep me going for quite some time. I like them because you can just create an attractive journal page with them so quickly, so easily, without too much thought or too much talent, because the work is kind of all done for you, and whatever you choose, it's gonna go with each other and look good and make you look like you're some kind of clever person. So yeah, brilliant resources, I think, for anyone who likes journaling, junk journaling, art journaling, or collage, or just any kind of creativity that involves these kinds of things. This is the Art of Travelling one. That was Quiet Days. So again, if you've not seen these before, I can highly recommend them. Very pretty, and I can't wait to get stuck in. So yeah, won't go through the whole book. I also got, obviously I won't be using these quite yet, some Stamperia scrapbook paper, journaling paper again. I mean, let's just have a little look. I haven't even opened this yet. Let's have a look together. I love getting new stuff. So yeah, beautiful Christmas themed imagery. Angel cats, that's unusual. Cute. I mean, I love the summertime, but roll on autumn, roll on winter. I love all the seasons. They've all got something to offer. Very excited for when it's time to be using those. And this rather lovely rice paper as well, Christmassy themed. I also got this rice paper from the Stamperia Brocante series. So yeah, that's good too. I have some of the other Brocante bits and bobs, so the rice paper will go nicely with those. So yeah, we could sit and drool, but I'll do that on my own. So let's do a page. I must just show you this, another birthday present. It's this smashing little art box. The idea is that you take it away on your travels and put all your bits and bobs in here. You have a strap that you can attach to each side so that you can carry it around. And then in here we've got various kind of straps and places to put your pens, clip stuff under there. So you would have it like that, I guess, with all your bits in there and loose items in there, and your paper pad. And then I do believe somehow or another this works as kind of like an easel. I haven't tried this out yet. maybe put this stick in there. Please feel free to comment if I'm doing this wrong. And then you would put your papers pad on there so that it's just at the right angle for doing your art. So I absolutely love this. It's going to be so useful when I'm on my travels. Just bung a few essentials in there and then carry it around with me. So yeah, can't wait to use that. Love new stuff. So as today's journal entry is going to be some of the scribblings that I did on my trip away, I am going to use some Art of Travelling rice paper that I had already. So I think I'm going to start by putting some of that up in the corner. Pretty colours, love this. So let's make it a bit easier to tear by using a water brush to just make a line across that corner. And then hopefully when I come to tear it, it will do as it's asked. It might not. There we go, that's a little bit more controllable. And then I can stick that up there. But I'm not going to do that just yet because I may want to put some colour on the background. And then I'm going to find an image or two from here to put on the page and find a way of putting my written part in somewhere. So I'm just going to decide that and I'll come back to you. I've chosen this little image. It reminds me of a couple of the shops that we visited. We went to Yorkshire, met some friends and stayed in an Airbnb, and yeah, we went in a shop just like that. What do you do when you like both sides? Well, you find a way of using both sides if you can. So I am going to score here and make it into a kind of a flip out element there, and then I'll have a tuck underneath where I can put my written part in. So that's the next part of the plan. Do I want to cover or colour that little bit of white that I've left on the side deliberately as a tab to help me fold it out? But I think it'll be better with a bit of washi tape over that. I think that will do. So I'm getting a bit ahead of myself because I haven't yet put any colour down. So now I can decide what kind of colour I want on the background. I think I'm going to choose something to tone in with this green. So let's do that and then we can stick some things down. Recycle the baby wipes again. I don't know if I'm ecologically friendly or just tight, but you know, they've got plenty of life left in them, so why waste it? What should we go for? I'm thinking old paper is not a bad green. Let's start with that. It's not too dark. As I've said before, with the baby wipe and ink technique, or baby wipe and paint, you can't really go wrong in my view. What about peeled paint? Let's put that in, not too much, just as an accent. I don't want to overwhelm the page with green, but I think that will just give it something else. I always forget how yellow peeled paint is. It looks a lot different on the page than it does on the lid, that's for sure. So now, see, I think I've overdone it with the green, so we're going to have to knock that back. What shall we use? Let's try white. Put a bit of that on. Things don't always go how you envisage first time round, but that's okay, because most of the time things are fixable. Yeah, I think that's better. It looks better to me anyway, even if it doesn't to you. The paper will need to dry out a little bit as well because it's a bit damp, and that will lighten it up as well. Good, so now that is down, I can stick my rice paper down. What should we use for that? Rice paper glue would seem to fit the bill. Let's find a brush, stick some of that on there, it's very runny. A little bit over the top. Good. And now I can stick this down. Like that. Bit of glue to help the washi to stick. Did I get it long enough, I wonder? Oh, it's perfect. What about that? That was a good guess. Good. I like it so far. Now I want a little tuck spot in here. So I found this little row of houses which I like. I say houses, there might be shops. They also remind me of some of the Yorkshire towns that we were just in, so I think I'm going to use that and put it at the bottom here and leave the top open so that I can pop my scribblings in there. So I'm just going to get rid of these little spiky bits on the edge with my little sanding disc, which was part of a pack of about 500 from Temu, as opposed to the expensive ones from Tonic Studios or wherever. Then a little ink. Just takes that white edge off. It just about fits perfectly in there. I'm having luck today on that front. So let's stick that just on the edges and on the bottom. Make sure that's going to shut. Yep. Okay, so far so good. Just going to make sure that I put something in there while it dries. Give myself some space. Cool. Right, what else can I put on here? I'm just going to do a little bit of background stamping, for which I quite like to use iced spruce because it's not too dark, and when it's supposed to be in the background, in my view, you don't want it too dark. So I've got some little clouds here. Just going to pop some of those down. And another cloud. Like that. Then some stickers, I think, from this lovely book. Which one shall we have? There's a little balloon there, we'll have that. I saw a bigger one somewhere. There. So, oh, this one's good. So I'm going to cut round those first, and then I'll stick them in. Cut the stickers out. So I'm going to put one there, I think, and there, and there, I think. Might need to put some glue on there. The stickers are not that sticky, especially when you've been handling them to cut them out. One more thing to go up there, I think. I say just one more thing. It might be 28 more things. You never know until you know. What about explore? I like that. So now all that remains is for me to put my journal entry that I scribbled on here, tuck it in behind the houses, and I also have a couple of cards from the place we stayed that I shall pop in there. Memorabilia. Yeah, I think I'm pleased with that. I'm going to call that page done. As always, thanks for being here, and I hopefully see you on the next one.